and fellow hobbyists! Well, we start this week with the interior and the body. Well, the interior is gonna be some tiger fur-ish thing in there. And of course we make it rusty and crusty. And you giggling all over there. What's so funny?
Every time I hear the word tiger, you know what I think about.
Hold me tiger, kiss me tiger, rah 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 rah, rah.
Yes,
Anyways, first the riddle, rah 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 rah. Alright, today the first thing that we do is we take care of the interior. Now, the seats were a little bit too wide, so I had to cut a little bit out and also glue on this piece of styrene so I could glue them on the bottom. I had to scratch build a dashboard, so first I made out of carton a little bit of a stencil, and when that fitted, of course, made it out of styrene. I formed a piece of leftover sprue and glued that on top, so I had a little bit of an end and fit it better to the body. In the same way, I cut it first out of carton and then of course out of styrene the front panel, and I made this little drip, this little hole in for the tachometer, which comes in later on. Here are all the parts that I'm gonna use for the interior, and of course next step is I'm gonna paint them so they look a little bit more used. I had a special idea for the interior. I wanted to have like those tiger furs everywhere, but since I love animals so much and I also don't wanna slaughter 6 real tigers for nothing, so went the easy way and I just printed it out from the internet. Now of course it's just a matter of taking the right measurements and cutting those sheets out and of course gluing them on the parts. While my printer was still warm, took the opportunity and also printed out a tachometer. For the lens I used some Scotch tape so it has this shine. Cut it out and of course now you just glue it in from the rear side.
A few last details like this shifter with the piston on top, and of course we need an emergency brake, and the steering wheel made out of an old chain. But that's all that we had so much for the interior. Similar to a real red rod build, where you find maybe just a body somewhere in a barn or somewhere on the backyard, I found this old box in my stash, and I didn't know first actually what's in there, and I figured that I not even know when, tried to build a whole body from scratch, and I was not happy with it, or I don't know what, and just put it aside because that box had no body and I think also no frame in here. I'm not sure about that. No body, definitely. So I thought, well, that's the perfect start for a red rod build, and that's what we have so far. So my first step was I took some styrene sheet and scratch built this front grille. And the interesting part on it is actually the inside, that wider piece that you see is actually part of a seat. I just cut that out and it just seems to fit perfectly in. On the rear side, of course, I used one of those radiators. I made the mounting blade for the front grille a little bit in an angle, so I thought it looks better than just have it straight upright. I found once on a flea market or somewhere on a little market those earrings. They were like skulls, and I thought they have a perfect size, so I made resin copies out of it, and they were representing now my rear lights. So this body will not have any doors, it's more like to jump in, but I also thought it's a little bit thin on the side, so I was going to make it thicker and round it up a little bit. But that's not much more to the body actually, since I built it before. So that's all the parts that's needed, and of course painted it and give it a little bit that rusty look, but that's all for the body so far.
That's all for this week. I hope you enjoyed it so far. Go over there to Beach Bums Garage and check his channel out. It's really he's a great model builder, and I really like the opportunity to be part of this group build. That's all for now. Till next week. Bye bye.
Bye,
See
y'all.
y'all.
Hold me tiger, kiss me tiger.